there, welcome back. So, in this video, I wanted to address another comment that had come through, and it reminded me of a few years ago with myself. And it's about when I'm doing these beautiful recordings and sounds come through. For example, my house is right on a busy street, so sometimes you'll hear a car go past. Sometimes there's planes, not usually, but there was a meditation I was doing where a very loud plane had come through. And when I was editing, I was actually looking out for the sound of that plane to try and, edit it out. Because I thought, well, if we're in the middle of a state of meditation and then there's this going through in the background, I thought it's going to be very distracting for people, because I was like that a few years ago. I remember doing these beautiful courses with Rika, and she'd go through these, what she called activations, which are kind of like these meditations. They're to activate something in our system. And as some of them, as she was going through, you could clearly hear a train in the background, a train, very loud in the background. And I remember at the time that I'd be in the zone, I'd be like really blissed out. And then all of a sudden there's this train and I'd get distracted by the train, But then, the same thing happens when I'm doing any audios of my own. I'm listening to beautiful meditations. Even if they're perfectly edited and there's nothing in the background, I still have the world around me. I don't have a soundproof room that I can shut myself off to listen to a meditation and not have anything else in this world interfere with that. As you can hear while I'm recording this video and probably the previous one, the birds, because we live in an area with lots of trees, huge trees, and it just happens to be spring. For me, my favorite time of year, because they've all got their babies out at the moment. And so you hear all the little squawking of the babies asking for food, and the mums, tweeting that they're coming, and all the beautiful things that happen with birds that I love so much. So that's why there's so much sounds with the birds going on in the background as well. But what I wanted to address with all of that is that the energy that is coming through with these beautiful videos still comes through. The beautiful meditations that you're listening to, even if you get distracted for that one moment because there's a truck going past and I didn't get a chance to edit it. For some reason, it got past me as I was listening to it. The plane, which I was listening to so intently to delete from the, the sound, it somehow got through. And I thought it's meant to be there, because the world is still happening around us, even if we are trying to tap into this spirit world, even if we are trying to communicate with this beautiful realm where all the spirits reside, or realms, because there are many different realms outside of this 3D simulation that we're in now. So the world is still happening around us. And what was important to bring through in this video is that, see, it's this expectation that things need to be a certain way for us to get the perfect activation. With time, I would listen to Rika and I could have anything going on in the background because I knew once I was blissed out and I was in that energy, there's nothing else. There's nothing else. You're in a completely different realm. And you'd be surprised. I was in the middle of the heart chakra. I was doing that beautiful activation, the meditation for you. You might want to go back and listen to it now that you're listening to this video, because I was smack in the middle of it and I was about to put in the column of light, and one of my dogs just there did this huge bark. She must have heard something out on the street, and this huge bark. And I was in this blissful state and I was like, jolted straight out of it, So I thought, whoa, I actually had to stop that video in that moment. I had to wait for them to calm down, because if I'm talking and they're barking at the same time, I don't know how to get rid of one sound when another sound is going. So I have to just stop, wait for them to finish doing what they're doing, and then continue. But you'll notice there's a change in energy, and then it goes back to, what we had before. So the beautiful energy that is meant to come through for you in each video still comes through for you in each video. Doesn't matter what you're distracted by. That is just the mind trying to tell you that, oh, it's not working, or, oh, now we're off with that. And the mind starts to wander. The mind will try and trick you into all sorts of different things, but your energy is still present. And the beautiful energy that we are sending through in each video, whatever the intention of the video is, it is still being received by your energy. The other thing I wanted to bring through with this beautiful video is that as the weeks pass and you listen to different information that's coming through that starts to settle in your system, go back to do the chakra meditations. Because you will find that the first time through, you may feel like, well, nothing happened. I listened to them, but I don't feel any different, right? You might think that. But as the weeks progress and you begin to listen more and more to these videos, and you're reminded more and more of the love that you are, you start to remember when you go back, different information will come through for you. Different energy will come through for you. And as you elevate and you elevate and you elevate more and more each time with all this beautiful information that's coming into your energy, and this energy is being freed, is being released from all the blockages, you'll find that you'll be able to listen through them and you won't even notice if there was a plane in the background. You won't even notice if my dogs are barking in the middle of it. So, or the birds are tweeting. I'm so used to hearing the birds tweeting all the time that to me it's like background music. But originally in my videos, I was playing around with the first 20 videos as to what music. I thought it was so important to have music in the background to absorb all those noises. So as you're listening to my voice and there's the music, you would be concentrating on those two things, and anything else happening outside of that would kind of get put back in the background, so you wouldn't be able to hear it. And with time, I found that the space where there is no sound, where there is no music, and my voice just stops, gives you that space to allow that information to sink in. And I thought that was more beautiful. I had asked originally if people preferred music or no music. You'll find there's one video that has both. I was playing around with how to put it together, what was the way, how they wanted it done. And originally I had one person come through to say no music. And I thought, but no music sounds so empty. And the more and more I got used to not having music in the background, now when I go and listen to my other channel that always had the same piano music in the background, I find it so distracting, the piano music. I feel like I can't go back. And my channel was set back because I had the most gorgeous video about what resonates with you. Embrace what resonates with you. And the information in that video was so priceless, was so beautiful. And I had found this beautiful meditation music on Pixabay, and it's supposed to be free. But it was my first time using meditation music from Pixabay for YouTube. So I placed it in the background on that one because I wanted meditation music that made you feel more blissful, made you feel more, like in another space. And then I posted it up and YouTube said there was a copyright infringement on it. And it was my first time ever that I'd had that problem. And I thought, oh no, what do I do? And so I went into the YouTube editor and I deleted the music, and then my voice sounded all scratchy all the way through. But I already had over 300 views on that one, and I had at least 3 comments on it, and I deleted it. And as soon as I did that, YouTube just cut me back. Everything's been like really slow moving forward now since I did that. And I really regret. I should have just kept it, but taken it out from being one of the main videos. But the information in there was just, you know, every time I go in to listen to it, I'll listen to it once or twice every morning. And it just reminds me that, you know, this beautiful life that you've been given, your experience is the magic. You're already having this beautiful human experience. And whatever path you are on, it's learning to accept that that path is perfect for you. It is perfect, no matter what it looks like. It can look like a train wreck to everyone else. It doesn't matter. It's your path. It's your path. And it's perfect for you. Because we didn't all come here to be gurus, to be sitting on top of the mountain in peace and bliss and joy. We're already that when we're not here. So why would we come here just to do that? Why would we come here to be what we are in our natural state? What sense would that make? So if we come here to be the biggest chaos with the mind in great chaos, then that is the path. That is the path. Bless it. Give gratitude for it, that you can have it, that you can have this beautiful human experience. Because it's what your soul chose to come and experience. And for me, more than getting in touch with our beautiful spirit guides, yes, it is so beautiful having them there. But to be in alignment with what your soul came here to experience, to understand that this life that you're living is exactly the life you are meant to have, no matter what that looks like. To understand that and to get in touch with your beautiful soul. What is it we're trying to do here? What is it? And yes, your spirit team can come in to assist and guide and give you clues. It's all part of life. They're always with you. You know, when people think they're ignoring me, or my spirit guides, they're ignoring me, or I'm doing something wrong that I can't connect to them. See, this is the problem with expectations. We start to think we're doing something wrong. We put it on us. We're missing something. We're not doing something. There's something that's just not. And it could be, as I spoke of in the previous video towards the end, and that's why it's really important to listen to the end, because sometimes inspiration comes to me in the last 5 minutes, a new idea, something new to talk about. And in the last video, it was about being unworthy of being with our spirit guides, because we've put them all up there on this pedestal, like they're way up there, higher than us, better than us. But there is no better. The guru on the top of the mountain is no better than a person that is in chaos, than a person that has depression. Because that's the experience they came to have. What is it to be depressed? It's so sad that you can't get up out of bed in the morning. So sad that you can't stop crying for 1.5 years. What does that feel like? So, what is your experience? Look at your life. Look at it exactly as it is. Not good or bad, not right or wrong, because you're comparing it to what others are doing, or how others are living, or how the life of others looks. It seems, others' lives might seem amazing, might seem like it's the whole package. All the while inside, they're falling apart. They're lonely. They're empty. They have nothing. Nothing to look forward to. You know, that is their experience. That's what they came to experience. So when you put all these expectations on yourself and you think that you're doing something wrong, you're not allowing things to appear, to show up. You're not allowing the flow, to just let things be. So in the previous video, I was talking about sitting with a name. Say, for example, I'll go with one that's kind of neutral rather than Mother Mary or Jesus. Let's go with Archangel Michael. So we call in Archangel Michael and sit here for a moment. Do you have a visual of what Archangel Michael looks like for you? If you don't have a visual of Archangel Michael, how are you feeling in this moment right now? Do you sense his presence in front of you? Not see with your visual eyes or even with your third eye, but can you sense that there is a presence right now in front of you? Can you feel the energies different? In this moment with Archangel Michael, I want you to ask him a question. 1, be clear and be specific and choose one question that you want an answer to. Just one. And now I want you to ask Archangel Michael for a symbol. A symbol that represents this question that you've asked. A symbol that says, yes, I understand what you've asked me. A symbol. And I'm not going to say what they can be because that always interferes with the information. So once you've got your question that you've asked and you've got the symbol that Archangel Michael gave you as confirmation that he has your question and he will give you an answer. In the next few days, I want you to just allow whatever to come through, whatever the answer is to your question. Be open to receiving that answer. And be open to finding that symbol when you least expect it. You know, one of my beautiful friends, she said she loves playing with the universe. And one day she said, I did this meditation and I wasn't too sure if, the spirit guide she was working with was actually listening, right? If he was actually there. So she wanted proof. That's what the symbol is. It's proof, that they are there, that it's real. So she said, I asked this spirit guide for a red butterfly. A red butterfly. I thought, okay. And for the life of me, I don't think I've ever seen a red butterfly in nature. So I went online when she said that, out of curiosity. I went online, I had a look. I thought, okay, red butterflies, they actually do exist. But not where we live, right? Like I was thinking, I couldn't, for myself, I couldn't think of where she would see this, right? I just wasn't thinking broad enough. And then one day, this was like a week later, she was at this beautiful concert with her daughter. They'd gone to see a band singing. I can't remember who it was now. This was a few years ago. And she says, You won't believe it. And she said, but I know you will, because I believe everything. But we know each other when we say, you won't believe it. I'm like, yes, we will. In the bathroom, when they have an intermission in the middle. So you have a break. The band has a break. And you can go buy drinks, have something to eat, and then come back. In the intermission, she went to the bathroom, and guess what was all over the walls? She said there were about 12 of them. Red butterflies. And this was a week later. For me with Archangel Michael, my symbol came like almost 2 months later, I think. It was weeks later. Because this was the problem. I kept arguing with him that, are you sure this is the right symbol you were meant to give me? And he kept saying yes. And after about 3 weeks, I just thought, I'm just making this up in my head. Until my symbol came. And just like with my friend, when my symbol came, there were so many of them that I couldn't say, oh, I'm making this up. It was irrefutable. And they will do that for you. They will give you irrefutable proof that they exist, and that yes, what they're saying is real, and yes, they want you to know. But you have to allow, you have to give them permission. We've been through all that before. You have to make sure that you are wide open to receive, and then allow the magic to happen. All right, my beautiful beings. So hopefully this video has given you more to think about of how you can communicate with your beautiful spirit guides more clearly, better. And there's the airplane. Just as we're finishing off. There it is. All right. We don't get them very often. There you go. All right, my beautiful beings. I love you dearly. Remember to click like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the messages. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.